is no better name, and the day is coming soon when it will be unleashed. Think of where you are. Stardust. So, entire station.
That's no moon. It's a space station.
It's too big to be a space station.
Command station, this is ST-321, code clearance blue.
Ready to proceed.
We're starting our approach.
We're on our way. Red Group, go.
Hello there, welcome to JonnyBuildz. I am your host, Johnny, and this is where we're at currently. I unfortunately had something that came up that I had to run around and take care of. And so, yeah, I got home just before 8, my normal starting time, so I didn't really have much time to prepare, but as you can see, got Darth Vader up here, chilling, and we are ready to go. So I have my bags that I know I'm going to need, at least for tonight, hopefully, set up here, because most of what we're doing tonight is this inner ring here, well, I guess outer ring. We got 2 more of these things to do, one here and one here. This side, which is the right side of the Death Star, looks completely different than everything on this side. So then I've got to do the in-between, which is a lot of pieces, a lot of these pieces down here. So I'll be building here in front of the main camera, and then you'll be seeing, or no, in front of the little camera, and then the main camera, you'll be able to see stuff as it goes. So here we go, 3, 2, 1. All right. So yeah, it was a just a busy day. So we're going to do 2 more of these things. Some of the pieces, again, because I took things apart myself and didn't use the instructions, wasn't quite sure what went where or how it was going to go on or together or whatever, so I have multiple bags that I am trying to pull things from to make sure I have all the pieces, and I'm going to use all the pieces. So let's get this underway. This is an interesting set, though, too, the way it comes together, because how everything is oddly numbered. Like, for instance, like these are a 6x4, but I put them, this is only 5 wide, so the big dots, I guess you could say, go in between, and it's a little bit different than most sets. Most sets are evenly built, and yeah, so be it. Alright, so now I gotta get some plates, some smaller plates here. It's a lot of pieces in this. I separated them as best as I could. See, again, same thing. We're putting the 2 big dots that you see here onto these, which is very unusual. But the way Lego works, everything hits even. So you've got even on odd, essentially. And it's kind of interesting. Alright, so I gotta keep these the right way. And there we go. There's so many of the same pieces, so much that, again, is the same. But this will be interesting because I am able to build this, much, I guess you could say, betterer. These are interesting. These are our bendy pieces. They have a thing that goes on. Hi, you are. Good to see you. I am famished and tired, but I made it. So we are working on odds and evens here because we have even numbered pieces that go on top of oddly separate things here. It's kind of interesting. I'm gonna make sure I don't reverse this, otherwise bad things will happen. I'm gonna find all these pieces that are in here. I am just gonna dump part of this bag out here shortly. Oh yeah, I get it. Ice cream is important. So glad you're here. Hi everyone who's joined and who's watching. Good to see you. I was a little bit late starting, but we are well on our way working on the Death Star 2. And again, because I'm kind of starting with I've got all these bags and everything that aren't separated the way that the set came, so I have to dig a lot for the pieces that I want and need. So bear with me as I do that. How's everyone doing tonight? So obviously ice cream is for dinner as usual. Anyone else having something else? I haven't had anything. So we're doing 3 of these total. We did 1 already last week, and then 2 more of these the exact same way. And then we're gonna put them on these ends here, and then we're gonna link everything together. So I'm using the small camera for the actual build stuff, and then the big camera is going to be used obviously for the as everything's coming together. You had a steak earlier. Oh, that must be nice. Wait, a steak, a nice nap, and then ice cream. That must be nice. I would like a steak. Steak would be delicious. Okay, so these are important because these help hold these in. So we're going to go, I need this. It is nice to be able to redo a set like this, especially one that's been 15 years since I did it, simply because now I get to, since I've had now years of Lego behind my belt, on my belt, whatever, now I can kind of do this really, really make it so that like everything's going to stick as best I can. And this goes in the hole, and this whole thing goes up here, just like the first one. Alright, it's all floppy, and it actually stays floppy. Yes, I did find the missing piece. I found where it was at. Notice that, it's hard to tell, but there's yellow here and gray here. They are separated by color so that you know which ones, so they all go the same direction. Otherwise, you would be in for a bad time. Things would be sad. Yeah, I did find that piece. So what it ended up being was, all these back here are all the same. They're all three long, except for 2 of them. So 2 of them from down here, down at the base, had to go up here in order to make these go together. So it was really bizarre, and not something you would expect in those kind of instructions. Like they don't even specify, or they don't even show you that, like, hey, pay attention. They just, here you go, do it, and hope for the best. So yeah, that was one of those things that was like, oops. Okay. So again, so we got a 6x4, so that's even. This is odd because this is 5 across, so these big holes have to go in there, so it kind of straddles over it. It's kind of weird how this goes together, but also neat at the same time. It is, again, it's pretty unique for a set to do this because of how much Lego is into, you know, square type things and stuff. Alright. Now we'll kind of join it all together with these. At least initially, and then we're going to do even more of that. And again, all this stuff is kind of funny because it goes on, and they did this UCS set really differently in the fact that they made it so that things seem kind of floppy, and at the same time they do go together pretty well. But then you've got these things hanging on kind of on the edge, and they're like only held on by one for a little bit. And then you kind of solidify them. All this has to be done correctly. Little armature here, a little 2x1 here, and then exactly the same thing on the opposite side. Make everything look like it's under construction, and this is the equator trench that they go in the first movie, is the equator trench. That's what that is. Or that's what that's representing anyway. Obviously on a model like this, you can't see details like that as you would close up like in the movie and stuff, so. Everything's coming together. This is going to be a much longer build than I was thinking initially. Simply because, alright, here we go, our last one, at least for this step. Goes in here. Make sure those are nice and tight. And like, it's funny how they wiggle, you know. But, you know, that's what we're going to be joining together next. So now we do 6 of these. So there's 3 and 3 that we're gonna do. So we're doing, oh, kind of is making me put them together. So, okay. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah, all right. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna do, so these ones have these in the middle to help with support, because we're not tying them into the superstructure like this. We don't have the Technic pieces there, so to speak. Here, I'm going to lower this because I sat down so that I can do it, because this is going to be a lot of the same thing over and over. So again, this is not the most interesting build. At the same time, it is pretty cool. Alright, so I'm going to do 3 of these at once. Nope, wrong spot. There we go. Alright, I'm going to be on this page for a while, so I'm going to take some of this and put it out here so that it's easier for me to find. Otherwise it'll just take forever, and I don't want to take forever. Now these black pieces I have over here, I don't think are for anything in the middle trench area. Maybe they are, I'm not sure. Not 100% sure. We'll find out, won't we? Okay, I'm grabbing these pieces out here first. it's funny too because as soon as I'm done with these at a for a night, everything goes back into the bags as organized, as chaosly organized as they can, in order to because this is my desk for work, so I have to have them opened and available. Okay, make sure this is going the right way. Again, not the funnest of builds simply because it's all the same right now, but it will get better as the night goes and as things start to come together with the full thing. These hinges, some of them, it's funny because some of them are very, very stiff, and some of them are not. So I'm going to try to make it so that I get stiff ones around the outside, and then not so stiff ones, as funny as that sounds, not so stiff ones for other parts. Like the radar dish, because I want that to move nicely. I need to get a bunch of armatures out of here. Of course, I got none in that handful, so. Hello, whoever just joined. So this is the first of 3. We're going to do 3 and then make the link, and then we'll do the next 3 and make the link, and then we'll be on to the next step. Okay, there's the first one. Alright, nice and pressed together. Alright, so we're going to put that right there. Next one. It is definitely weird doing this. Repeat, repeat, repeat. See, I don't like that one. That one's kind of loose, so I'm going to turn it around to see if, see if that's a little bit stiffer. That'll help keep it together, obviously. When they snap in nicely, that's a good sign. Right. So what kind of ice cream? Is it vanilla? It should be mint. Mint chocolate chip. I know you can't have chocolate chips, but mint chocolate chip is the bomb. Ooh, that one didn't go on very well. It was kind of loose. So watch that. These hopefully will feel like that they go on much nicer. I have a couple more 4x1s. I need 6 of them for this. Vanilla with peanut butter. Oh, yeah. You have to pick them out. Well, that stinks. But hey, peanut butter is still good, right? Alrighty. That's good. Those 2, I need one of these. Nice thing is if I flip this around, it goes on, everything goes on the exact same way because it's opposite. As long as I do the first side right, then the next side is correct as well, as long as I follow along. Alright, so wait, strawberry shortcakes in shot glasses. It seems like they're trying to suggest something, but that does sound really good. Alright. That's 2. And let's do a third one. Yay! Rinse and repeat multiple times with this set. Hi there, whoever joined. Thanks for tuning in. I'm working on the Death Star. This is the trench, the middle ground, so to speak, of the Death Star. That's what's being worked on right now. Hoping that this doesn't take too long, but it is a drawn-out process, unfortunately. Okay. Ooh, those went on good. Some of these pieces, I mean, all these pieces have been around for like 15 years now, if not longer. So it's kind of, it amazes me the longevity that Lego has and how well things stay together. All right, those are going on nicely. 1, 2, 3. Oh, do I have 6, 4, 5? That one's a 1x3, not a 1x4. And 6. All right. I'm working on this, I hear my one cat outside crunching as it eats food. I'm like, huh. Food sounds tasty. Alright, gotta dig in here for 2 little armatures. I need those. Dropped a piece, but it's right by my foot, so got it back. Right. Oops. Yeah, I hate it. It feels so loose and everything before you really get everything solidified. Oop, that didn't go in there. And I need one more armature. Tiny arm. It's like a robot hand. Alright, and then this goes back here. This one goes on here, and I need 2x3 here. And 2x3 here. Alright, so this is halfway done. So we take these and put them together. Okay, they snap. Alright, so now we've got all 3 together, and now we're gonna bend them like so that it can go on here. And it's gonna start helping to keep this stuff straight. There we go. Of course, it starts leaning that way because there's a little bit more weight on this side. So there we go. All right. Now we got 3 more to do of the exact same thing. Yeah. So yeah, you can see it leans down a little bit because that's all it has right now. There's not much else supporting it. But there will be another ring over there that will join up with it, and then it'll stay straight. Right now the weight of it is just pulling it down. So this is probably all I'm going to get done tonight, is doing just this middle part, because there's just so much to it. This is what holds on to everything else that goes around, that goes up, down. Everything is connected here and then just joins up a little bit down below. Running out of these 2x3s, I need to get another handful out. And the 1x4s. There were no, oh, there was one 2x3 in that. Yep, only one 2x3. I need a whole bunch more. And they are hiding in that bag. And this will be fun whenever I have to turn the page. Because then I have to move them all out of the way. 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. It's so interesting how they combine the odd and even pattern, because it's even this way, it's odd this way. Like it's, what is it, 8, 2, 4, 6, it's 11 studs this way, but it's even this way with 2, 4, 6, 12. So it's 11 by 12. It's kind of funny how they do this. Hey, it's my theme music. Everybody sing. I still have to look at the instructions to see which side this goes on first, because I just can't remember for some reason. Getting old. Two armatures. On both sides, and this will be number 4 done. Okay. I'm gonna use up these ones over here. I'm gonna make sure too that like I put everything like these middle things, making sure that I did those for each one, because if I forgot one, that would be sucky. All this stuff has to help support. Of course, it adds to the weight of the entire thing, but you know. I do think that they made this middle stuff inadequate for holding up this whole thing. It shakes way too much when it's moved, so it really is not a piece that you should take places. But silly me, of course I did. But good opportunity too. course. I think it's about 12 pounds total. This one. This is, I think it's 3,600 pieces. It was, when it came out, it was the largest Lego set at the time. And even now, I mean, like, it's a good pound and a half. Might be wrong on that, but I do think it's about 12 pounds. I would have to look it up, though. Can't remember. I remember when I got it, though, I was like, wow, this thing is heavy. If I ever took it apart again, I would definitely do the bags differently. But I don't see that happening, like, ever. Once this is together, I kind of want to keep it together. I mean, it's been together for, what, 12 years? No, 15 years? Something like that. So, kind of want to keep it together. Alright, I need to put more of this stuff out here, because I need the arms. And these little 2x1 thingies. There's another arm. And another spacer. Okay, that's 2 for the next side done. And we got the last one to do for this part, and then we got to do this whole thing. It's not as bad as doing like dots or whatever, because I think those are annoying when it comes to you know, trying to put things together. There, it's not something I enjoy doing. I mean, it can look cool. See that one? It sticks, but it doesn't really. So I kind of want to reverse this. Well, it'll just have to hopefully stay together. Satisfying sound of Lego bricks clicking together. That one did not click. Of course. Yeah, that one did. Okay. Let me get our trench. These are important because there are not many of them, these hinge pieces, so I'm keeping them kind of off by themselves when I find them. Because I know they're used for a couple pieces that kind of hang down looking like they're under construction. But there's not very many of them, so as soon as I find them, I'm pulling them out. I know they'll be useful later and used later. Like those single ones. Okay, good. setup looks pretty good. I really like how everything's come together with my new, using my standing desk. Very, very, very useful. 2, 3. Everything is, whoops, 4, 5. Almost caught that one on my finger and made it go flying. Everything kind of works together very well, and things are easily movable, and yeah. So, 'tis good. 'Tis good. Just moving on down the line. And 2 more coverings, and then we're done with this side of the Death Star. Oh, where's the last one? There we go. Making sure everything is solid and good. Hi there, whoever's joined. Thanks for tuning in to JonnyBuildz. I am working on this ring. This is the middle ring. We're doing the entire thing right now. I'm doing this back half. The whole thing is going to look weird, as because it's going to lean down. Though right now I think this is going to help straighten it up a bit. Okay, that's snapped in. It's amazing how they make this exact and come together. Come on, snap. There we go. Bottom snap. Yep, looks like it. Alright, so that's looking a little bit better. Now it's staying straight, so good. Oh, gotta make sure the bottom is snapped in as well. There we go, that's snapped. That one's already snapped. My cats are fighting. Alright, so, alright, that's that. So I'm gonna slowly move some of these pieces out of the way, because I gotta switch pages, and I can't do that with them in the way, obviously, because they would just get lost. But I think we're gonna be doing the opposite, this ring, this part, next. It's going to be 6 more, maybe. Oh, no, it's not. Okay, so this is interesting because this side of the Death Star is built up. Like, it's not panels that go up like this. It's actually built up and stacked, both hemispheres. So we're doing some of the panels and plates, and we are going to do how many of them? We are going to do just 1. Okay. This one is specific, so we're just doing 1. Okay. So this is a lot more of the... I gotta open this one. This is where we start getting some filler into this thing. So we're gonna do 1... So this is where I was talking about. So this is, again, Lego does a lot of things by even numbers. So this is 6 by 2, and then the angle here is 45. But we're doing these so that we can make it odd, so that this can offset things. It's really kind of bizarre, but it's how they do it. Alright, so these are the hinges that connect here. And this is where, wait a minute. Make sure I do this right. That doesn't seem right. That's on there. Oh, it is offset by 1. Okay, yeah. So this is how we do the offset, like this. And we do a 3 by 1. Do more of these so that everything is able to be joined together. It's so weird how it does this, but it does work for it, I guess. So we need the 2x1 here. This 3x1 here. And then this goes here. See how we're starting to do the offset? This goes here. And this goes, wait a minute. There's no dot that goes there? I guess not. Okay, like that. Then we get a 1x4. That sticks down, and then another 2x3. So that's how we get that initially done. Now we're going to flip it over. And this is where we're going to get the Technic stuff. So I got to get my Technic bag for the left side. Which I'm not sure where I put it. Oh, there it is. Left side Technic. Big bag of Technic pieces. Alright, so we need this is a 10, I think. That's 8, so that's a 10. So we need that. 4 of these things. So put that on there, and I need a end cap. Gotta make sure it's the right amount, so we got that end cap. Okay. And we need another 2 that slide on. And a elbow. It's like a 30-degree elbow. Goes on here. So this is how it's going to start getting the angles going down. So, and then we also need, is that a light? Yes, it's a light 2x. Hi Pixie, stealing my chair. I'm not using it. Okay, so like that. Okay. So we flip it back over. Now we get a long piece. Oh wait, first. No, we need another one of these black pieces. They kind of hide everything. You go over here. You go over here. Got these dark gray pieces. And they're different than these offsetting ones. So I gotta find where they're hiding. I think they're still in here. But I could be wrong. They must all be in this bag. The smaller panels bag. Yep. Here they are. Oops, I made it shake. The Death Star is shaking. Okay, a 4. And a 2. There we go. Then a long one goes on top. And this goes on top of here. So you can see how this is starting to look. So this is like the underneath that's still being worked on. It'll be like here or something like that. But we're not done yet. So now we got to do another 10. Should be a 10 also. Yep. Put it on to the elbow. And we slide a little tiny end thingy on there. And now we get 4 more of these. There's so many of these Technic pieces in order to make this do what it's supposed to. Because there will be another elbow as well. This is where it gets delicate because these pieces do not stay on very well. Like that's just sitting there. There's nothing that holds it on. Okay. Now we need another elbow and another little tiny. Okay. So that's how it's looking. Turn the page. Alright, so now we're going to put on some plates. So, long plate. Let's see. That would be in there. Would be in here though. I gotta find the right ones. They're smaller than I currently have out. Go. This is how they color coordinate things. So let's see. This goes here. Now let's flip it over. I think it'll stick better there. Oh, that one stuck good. Long plate. Flip it over. Again, these are kind of loose. They just kind of go on, and then they just sit there. Which this part is kind of annoying because I wish they would stay together better. I need a 1x4. There's so many of these little plates that'll be going on. There we go. There we go. Alright, so that's the edge. And that goes on here, right in the middle. See how that goes together? And guess what? We get another little shaft. This thing, and we're going to put the bottom on. So this goes here. So we're making this whole curvature on that side. I know why they're doing this. They're getting as much weight as they can on this side so that when we put the other stuff over here, it, kind of stays solid, I guess. Trying anyway. I gotta find, there we go. So we got 1x4, and then this is weird because like the only thing that holds these together is a 1x4 down here, and then for these black thingies up here. Let's make sure I put them in the right spot. And the whole thing is flexible, so to speak, like it'll shift on you. Alright. Did I do that right? Looks like it. Alright, so those things. And then this goes through here. Eeh. Oh man, there we go. Alright, goes all the way up. Looks like YouTube had a blip. Okay, let's make sure these are straight. Yeah, YouTube's having a blip. And then we put on one of these and a short shaft. this, small one. Goes on here. Did I do the wrong size? Oh, that one's an 8, not a 10. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I need a shorter. It's gonna sound funny. I need a shorter shaft. So all this needs to go onto a different one. Sorry about that. I knew I had shorter ones. I just couldn't remember. Okay, so there we go. Let's put that back in. There we go. Push that up. Straighten that out. That looks better. And then one more of these angled elbows. And that's it. So this one goes right here. So wow, that's off by that delay killed it by like 30 seconds. So anyway, so this part of the thing goes into the whatever it's called. What is that called? That is a wagon wheel. So this part is the fun part, because this all has to stay together. That has to clip in, and this has to join up with the wagon wheel down at the bottom. Ah, and there we go. Nice and sturdy. There we go. So our first angle piece is done. And yeah, so there we go. Alright, so now we're doing the next one. We're going to do one more, and then I think that'll be it for tonight. I started a little bit late. It's getting to be about that time. I mean, it is hitting 9 o'clock, and this is a tedious part of the whole process, and so, you know, fun, but at the same time, not fun. Alright, so this one is a little bit different. Like, the way it looks is a little different, so this is why they gave it separate instructions, even though it's mostly the same. Like, the length of everything is going to be the same, but because it looks a little bit different. And the cool thing about this is these 1x4s that are down here at the bottom, they hold, so every other one holds up the middle ones that hang here to make sure that they stay up. So that's how that works. It's kind of neat. Oops, made that fall off. Okay, that, another 3, another 2x1. Pretty much the same technique with putting this top part together. That where it sticks over. Another 1x4 goes there. This would have been, this part of it would have been impossible for me to figure out on my own. Alright, so same thing, a 10. Where did my previous 10 shaft go? I I did have one from before. Oh, it's under there. Here it is. I was gonna say I had one. So, this is where we shaft things. It uses so many of these, and this is one of the first sets I think that they really had this kind of piece. Okay, separate those a little bit, extend that out. These two need to have a thingy, and then we get an elbow. Angles in. This goes right here on the end. Okay. Same thing again. 2x1. 3x1. This one kind of goes offset a little bit, unlike the previous one. Dark gray. Hold on. Are they in here? No, they're in the other one, I think. They might be in here. I'm looking to see. Oh, there's more hinges. Like I said, these hinges are very important later on. Looks like you fell asleep. Yep. Yeah, next week will definitely be more interesting as I get more stuff together. So, hey, have a good one. Thanks for stopping by. See you next week. This will be the last one I'm doing for tonight, this particular part. I'll probably sort some of these out in order to make parts of this a little bit easier. There we go. Alright, another 10. Okay. Another 10. Well, I need the little tiny... shafty thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 kind of go at this end. And these two stay up here a little bit until we get the rest of it on. Which is another little linkage, and then an elbow. Elbows. That's for my nephew. Back when he was little, he would say elbows. Alright, so, like I said, this is a little bit different because it's a different angle. So we're going to be putting on a different side. Whoops. Again, that thing likes to move. It likes to dance. Over and do kind of the same stuff we did on this side. This goes underneath here, like that. Almost done. Now we got to do an 8, not a 10, an 8. There's a lot of 10s in here, so I'm going to dig for the 8. And as I do that, I'm going to find the other pieces I need. I think that's an 8. Nope, that's 10. That's a 10. There's an 8. Dang nabbit, it's easy to bump this guy. Okay. These two plates together. They're wings, but not for the Death Star. Okay, these four are going in. Yeah, we gotta make sure this is straight, because it does bend without being connected here. So we gotta put this on with a tiny spacer, not Tiny Dancer, not Tony Danza, tiny spacer. And this goes on all the way. There we go. Nice little panel here. Alright, another short shaft here with the blue. And this goes on the end, and then we're going to put this one on. This goes completely opposite. That's kind of loose. I think I'm going to switch that actually. That one's been on pieces for a while, so I'm switching it to another one. There we go. You can tell because they are a little bit loose. Let's see if that's better. Yeah, a little better. Still kind of wants to fall off, so we'll see. Alright, so this one goes on this back side right here. Snapping in. Whoops. That made a piece fall off. That's not supposed to happen. These pieces all get a little loose because they're older. So let me see if I can bend that properly. Yeah, and we are done for tonight. Just over an hour, so. Alright. Looking not too bad. Some of the pieces stick together a little bit better than others, just from being old and stuff, but hey, you know, what are you going to do? So I'm going to have to play around with some of those and make sure that we have the right pieces where they need to be. So, thanks everyone for stopping by. Next week, more of the same, but it'll be a little bit more interesting as we start getting this thing a little bit more together. We got these two bottom ones done here. One here, one here. This is going to start filling in, and then we're going to start doing the top, and then we do the other side completely. That's some interesting building. So, again, thank you so much for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe, and until next time, keep on building.